Well, hello again, everyone. Welcome to the Sports Corner. Welcome to Art Regner's video blog for FoxSportsDetroit.com. As you can tell, the Sports Corner does look a little different today, as I have replaced the Pistons hat, which is really just right over here, with the hat of my beloved Toronto Argonauts, who yesterday won a big game against the Montreal Alouettes and defeated them to win the Eastern Conference Championship, and that means that the Toronto Argonauts are in the Grey Cup, the 100th Grey Cup, which happens to be played this coming Sunday in Toronto. So good luck to my beloved Argos. 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 Well, thank you very much for indulging me on that one. But I do love the Toronto Argonauts, and I hope they do win the Grey Cup. Well, with that said, we're talking about Big Ten expansion. Maryland made it official today, which is Monday, and tomorrow the Rutgers Scarlet Knights, I believe. Well, let's just say this. With Rutgers joining the Big Ten, that R that they have is their little logo or symbol or whatever you want to call it, stands for relevancy. I can see why Rutgers would do this, and actually, if you look at Maryland and the shape that their athletic department is in, you can see why they would do it too. They're immediately going to pretty much double because of the Big Ten Network, their television revenue, and they had to drop, I think 7 varsity sports recently, so they're in dire financial needs. What better way than to join the Big Ten Conference, which will exactly line their pockets with some silver, which it seems that the Terrapins need. Now, from a Big Ten's perspective, I think this is a little bit of a veiled shot at Notre Dame, because Notre Dame joined the ACC except for everything but football, as we know, but they have to play 5 ACC teams a year. Well, even though Rutgers is part of the Big East and not part of the ACC, Maryland is a founding member of the ACC, and it opens up the television markets of Washington, D.C. because of Maryland, and then Rutgers is 40 miles, I think, south of New York City, and Rutgers being the State University of New Jersey. So that means that obviously New York City is opened up. I went to school at Michigan with so many kids from New York, I thought that market was pretty much cornered for the Big Ten, or at least for Michigan. But anyway, this is all about money. All about money. The Big Ten wants to expand to the East Coast, and they've expanded to 2 very big television markets, Washington, D.C. and New York City. And I think they're not done. For years, my colleagues in the media have said if you look at this Big Ten logo, it looks like it's B16, meaning that there's probably 2 more teams. If that were the case, I'd go for Florida State in Miami. Going out west doesn't look like it's going to work. If I believe that the Big 12 is happy with where they're at right now, where they're going to try to add teams, and it'll be interesting to see how this landscape changes. Regardless, Jim Delaney has gone on record saying we're not going to expand, we're not going to expand. Lo and behold, they add 2 more teams, and this will take place in 2014-15. So next year will be the last year for the Leaders and Legends divisions, or the Big Ten having 12 teams. There'll be at least up to 14, if not more. I don't know if it's over yet. I don't have any feeling one way or another, but I will say this. People are wondering what happens now to the Legends and Leaders division. Well, it's quite simple. Illinois, the Fighting Illini, join the Legends division, with Rutgers and Maryland joining the Leaders division, which means if Penn State, although they had a good year this year, if they are racked and devastated because of limited scholarships and not being able to play in a bowl or win the Big Ten championship for the next 3 years after this year, that means that Ohio State and Wisconsin are going to fight it out, and then you have Michigan, Michigan State, of course Nebraska. Iowa could probably get better. Northwestern looks like they're good. I mean, the level of competition in these football divisions is not going to be fair. It just isn't. Ohio State and Wisconsin have to be doing cartwheels today that Rutgers and Maryland, neither of whom are football powers at all, don't have really a history of being football powers. Now, hey, they might have had some good players along the way, but the Big Ten should flatten these guys out. These guys are bad. They're right there with Indiana. That's how bad they are, traditionally. So it will be interesting to see what exactly happens. But the word is that Illinois is joining the Legends division, Rutgers and Maryland, because primarily of Penn State, their closest East Coast rival, they'll be in the same division. So that's how it's going to shake out. But all you have to know is that this was a money grab. Tom McMillan, a region I played for Maryland, basketball player, NBA basketball player, he said that this was kind of ramrodded. He didn't vote for it. The regions, all you needed was a simple majority for Maryland to join the Big Ten. He did not vote for it. He said he didn't vote for it because he wanted to study it. He wanted to see if the revenue was guaranteed. They were just told how much more money they were going to get, but they didn't see anything on paper. That's why he voted no. He's not saying that it isn't a good deal for Maryland, but he wanted to see more time. He felt that it was rushed through. It seems like it was rushed through. It came out of nowhere, but again, it makes sense. Maryland athletic program failing, cutting sports, had to increase revenue, joins the Big Ten. The Big Ten gets the Washington, D.C. market. Rutgers needs to be relevant. The State University of New Jersey really has a lot of competition for the bang for the buck in that area. There's so many people concentrated in that area, and so I can see why they would join the Big Ten. And obviously, for the Big Ten, it opens up the New York City television market, which is the #1 market, if not in the entire world or universe. It's definitely the #1 market in the United States. How about North America? We're safe to say that, at least in North America. So there you have it. I don't know if I'm for it or not. I guess it's the landscape. I guess I'm just resigned to the fact that we're going to see expansion. What's going to be interesting is now to see where all the other dominoes fall, how all the other conferences react, and what exactly happens. I think the Big Ten is going to expand to at least 2 more schools, be a Big 16, and then take it from there. Also, what happens in basketball? Will they go to divisions? I don't know. I have no idea. All I know is that if you were to tell me while I was growing up that Rutgers and Maryland would eventually be members of the Big Ten, I would have told you you were absolutely crazy. So, dark day, just a weird day. Again, I don't like the divisional lineup in football for sure. And I know it's about the money and expanding markets and, like as I said, a veiled shot for Notre Dame. But can I honestly say that I think this is a good move for the Big Ten? No, I can't say that this is a good move for the Big Ten. I don't care where they're at in basketball. I don't know, has Rutgers ever been good in anything athletically? Maybe academically they're both sound institutions. Maybe that's something to hang your hat on. But aside from that, because the phone is ringing now, that'll do it for this edition. I'll be back tomorrow to talk about the Detroit Lions. I'm Regner for Fox Sports Detroit. Take care, and we'll see you. Bye-bye.